Afternoon, everybody. I'm Richard Horncastle. I'm a strategy builder with Keystone Strategies. I begged not to go after Margot, but here I am. I'm here to talk with you about how to get some. So in that vein, by show of hands, who came here looking to hook up with somebody and get lucky? Don't be shy, it's okay. Everybody's doing it these days. You know, in the old days, you never used to talk about this, but in these days, the government is encouraging it. Heck, they're even paying to make it happen. We're talking about cooperative economic development, of course, and it seems like more and more communities are coming to the party and throwing their keys in the jar, trying to find a partner they can go all the way with. And sometimes it works really well, and sometimes it doesn't. So why do some marriages last, and for others, love bites? A community usually starts the process by taking a look around at all the work they have to do. They have to grow, be efficient, save money, and do economic development. And economic development is hard, it's expensive, it takes a lot to be successful. And they look at what regional economic development organizations are doing, and they imagine it's a lot like this. It's fun, it's easy, and there's ice cream for everyone. Maybe they think, I'm tired of going it alone. Economic development is hard, and it sure would be nice to have someone to share the load with. I think I'm ready to get married. So they go home, they take a look in the mirror, they brush their hair, put on a nice set of clothes, maybe practice that good fake laugh that everybody has, and maybe they see a few things they'd like to change about themselves. Maybe their pipes are getting old, but they can look past that, and hopefully their new partner can too. So they brush up a bit, they give themselves a good pep talk, and as my good friend Margot would say, I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. And just like that, you're on the market. And then one day, suddenly, you found your partner. Or partners, you dirty community. And everything is looking great. You're all fired up about the future, you're ready to race down the aisle. You can worry about the details later, right? The small talk is going okay, so the big talks will too. Everything is coming up roses. Sometimes, and this is a bit awkward to talk about, but a community will start a little project first and then decide they need to commit, and that's okay. We're not here to judge. What's important is the honeymoon comes and the honeymoon goes. You wake up one morning and you take a look at your partner and you didn't realize they came with so much baggage. Maybe you can see the small faults they hid from you while you were dating. Maybe they're just not trying anymore. Maybe you have a little regret, wondering what you've got yourself into. And then the worst possible thing happens. You succeed. That big investment attraction project you were working on, the one that's bringing 200 jobs, a new building, users for your facilities, taxes, they've chosen you. Well, they've chosen your partner community. They're getting the jobs and the taxes and the houses. The mayor's mad. What the hell? We put all this money in, contributed some office space, shared resources, and they're getting all the benefit? How am I supposed to explain this to the taxpayers? You know what? Screw this. I'm out. You're headed for divorce court. How could we have avoided all this? Well, let's go back to the beginning. Before we throw our keys in the jar, before we long after those kids eating ice cream, let's talk about a few things a community can do to get ready to be successful in regional economic development. First off, when you look in the mirror, don't gloss over any faults you find. Identify what you have going for you and what areas need improvement. There's no sense in fooling your partner, and if you're missing something, maybe they have it. Either way, they're going to find out about it sooner or later, so you may as well be upfront. Secondly, it's important to have the talk. Nobody wants to talk about money, in a new relationship or in this economy. But more marriages fail thanks to arguments about money than marriages that failed after the AshleyMadison.com hack. These are important conversations you have to have about who's going to pay for what, who's going to share in the benefits, and how money is going to be spread around. Look, marriages are easy to get out of. People don't take marriages seriously, but you should. When you're ready to commit, recognize there's going to be some tough times, maybe a few heated arguments here and there, a night on the couch, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that things aren't working. That's a clear indication that you're both trying. Give your new collaborative partnership time. Commit to being partners for 5 or 10 years. Give yourself time to work out the kinks and make it hard to leave the partnership so that you have to. Good marriages are built on one thing: open, honest, constructive communication. Good couples communicate about the good and the bad, they make a plan for change, and then they talk some more. Meet regularly with your partner, talk about your vision for the future, and what's working and what's not. Even better, communicate regularly with your residents. But don't do it like this guy. Do it clearly so that they understand what's going on. Explain why you've chosen a regional approach to economic development, what the benefits are, and how the cooperation is structured. And don't be afraid to try something new. Somebody had to eat that first egg. Maybe an innovative solution is just what you need, and just because it hasn't been done before doesn't mean you can't try it. And finally, it can be helpful to find people with similar problems and talk to them, like I did here in this photo from my high school debate club. The point is, you're not the only community likely facing this obstacle. There are a number of good regional economic partnerships in Alberta, and I'd be happy to sit down with a coffee at a table just like these guys and talk it over with you. Thank you.